Our 29th and 21st game. This is after a season high point for the Blazers. 130. Morgan Reagan, Deuce Mason talking about this Kings loss, and it was, I mean, how do you just put it? Horrendous? Like,
What was that? What was that?
Deuce is not okay, by the way.
No, what was that? I
It
mean,
wasn't basketball.
this was unserious basketball.
That's a good way to put it. Are you
This,
okay?
no, this can't happen. Like, these are like, bad games happen in the NBA. We know this, okay? And you get through it. Tonight was awful.
Mhm.
And we can talk about Fox and Sabonis having big nights and not getting much from anyone else. But tonight's story was the defense. As Moore just said, a Blazers team that was down two starters, no DeAndre and no Shane Sharp. A Blazers team that is 29th in scoring. So they score 108 points a game.
Yeah.
They scored 130 tonight. They are last in shooting. They shoot 50% in this ball game, 16 of 40 from 3-point land. There was no resistance. They're near the bottom in points in the paint, and they score 60 points in the paint. And to me, I felt like the Kings' approach tonight was delightful. They came out aggressive, and I loved it. Feed Sabonis, get it going. You have a serious advantage inside, but they didn't take it serious enough on the other end. They went through the motions, I thought, at times, and then once they dug themselves a hole, they had to fight back in it. They weren't physical. They allowed points at the rim. They in transition. It was gross.
It's the Deuce show.
I'm sorry. Like I'm just.
Hey,
I'm honestly stunned at this point.
I get that. And on top of all this,
Wow.
if my
Hey,
feels like it's going out, our
That's a great breakdown by Dave Deuce Mason right there. I mean, he hit on all points right there from that Portland game.
Allow the bench, especially to get going the way we did. Both for a long night. Us going 3 for 27 from the field, from the 3-point line. If you take Foxy out of the equation, that's not good. Portland earned the win tonight. We obviously didn't show up, especially on the defensive end of the floor, and you got to tip your hat off to them.
Mike, are you seeing some themes in the games that you guys lose, or is it the defense, or is it shooting?
A lot of times it's all defense. So, we're not, we're not where we need to be defensively on a consistent basis. We've shown flashes of it, and as a group, we want to outscore our opponent, and
that's what I said. They got to get better defensively. They need consecutive stops. They need to generate steals, fast breaks, things like that. I'm gonna make it a short one today, guys. As short as I can, as short as possible. I've been gone for a little while, so I missed out on a few games over the Christmas break. I didn't get to talk to you guys about the Phoenix Suns victory. They did well in that. They lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves, who is the #1 team in the West. I wish I could say in a hard-fought game. And then they lost to Portland just recently, who was one of the worst teams in the NBA. And as you just heard from Dave Deuce Mason, it wasn't pretty. I'm going to give you some quick numbers real quick from the games. Kings defeated the Suns 120-105 on Friday, December 22nd at home. And then in another home game on Saturday, December 23rd, the Kings lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves 110-98. And then this past Tuesday, December 26th, the day after Christmas, the Kings lose to the Trailblazers 130-113. What's going on with all my folks out there and all you Kings fans? It's your guy, Jay Wood, aka Shy the Man, back at you with another episode of the Kings Morning After Cup of Joe with Jay.
Love it.
To me, this Portland Trailblazers is a team that the type of team that the Kings seem to have trouble with often, which is young athletic teams, like just athletic dog of a teams, kind of similar to how they played last year. That they were like the dogs, the underdogs, and they were always coming out fighting every night. Kings seem to have trouble against those type of teams, even if they're young and inexperienced. And even though De'Aaron Fox scored a big 43 points, he had big 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Domantas Sabonis had the big 34 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. The Kings didn't get much help from anybody else in that Portland game. Big 0 points from Trey Lyles, 0 points from Keon Ellis, 0 points from Sasha Vezenkov. Harrison Barnes, Keegan Murray, Kevin Huerter combined for 19 points. And in my opinion, those guys are the ones that are just really going to have to step it up if the Kings are going to be successful this season. They are the reason why the Kings were so good last year, so we know they have it in them. But this year, they're not really contributing offensively. And the defense, I mean, I know they're trying. It seems like they're trying. Sometimes it seems like they're trying harder than others. But during this Portland game, it wasn't there. One-on-one defense wasn't there, and team defense wasn't there. And I think that's the biggest part the Kings need to improve on right now is their team defense and their help defense. These guys are going to have to learn how to stop these guys or deter these guys from going to the basket when other guys get burnt or they lose their men. I even saw Mike Brown go to a zone at one point, which, I mean, a loose zone, I don't know will that exactly work. They just need to work on help defense. I mean, zone, you can double team and do things like that, but I believe the zone is a little weak against the 3-point shot and shooters. So keep the one-on-one defense, but they just have to learn how to do better on help defense, and they need to be a little more physical. They need to put their chest into people. And I'm not saying like foul guys at the rim, hack guys, slap guys in the air, stuff like that. I'm saying put your body on people before they even get to the basket. They need to work better laterally on defense. They need to work on stepping up in the lane, taking charges, and, you know, just getting up on guys, putting your chest on them as they come into the lane. If you're not physical with guys, you don't put your chest on them as they're coming to the lane, they're just gonna come to the lane. They're just gonna come in, make layups on you, and anybody with decent mid-range game is just gonna get to their spot and hit shots on you. So I think that's the biggest issue for the Kings right now, along with the shooting woes and the offensive woes that they've been having with some of their others. That's my cup of Joe of the day. Black, 1 creamer, no sugar. Got the Cat Dad cup today. Today is Throwback Thursday. I just made that up. I don't know if it's Throwback Thursday or not, but today is Throwback Thursday. Bottom line, the Kings morning after. Bottom line. Today's bottom line is, to me, the bottom line is the defense. The Kings are going to have to get better defensively, especially if they expect to play in the playoffs or get deep or make a deep run into the playoffs. Defense matters, especially in the playoffs. And then also the others, man. I mean, Fox, Sabonis, I mean, these guys offensively, they're holding it down. They're doing their thing. Assists, rebounds, they're doing what they can on a nightly basis. It's the others. They need more guys to step up. They need more guys to hit shots. They need more guys to play make. You know, the only other guy really right now that can play make is Malik Monk. And when he's not able to play make or hit shots, then it's like they have nobody else to help. And also, I feel like Sabonis is great on offense. He's good at rebounding, but he needs to get more physical on defense down low, I believe, defensively. He needs to get into people more, get into people's chests more, I believe. We seem a little weak down low. And I mean, JaVale McGee, when he comes in, we get blocks down low and stuff. But I don't know. Sabonis, I believe, needs to get a little more physical down low. And the Kings, man, I don't know why I feel so worried about them. I mean, they are, what is the record? 17-12? Yeah, the Kings are 17-12, which is not bad. I mean, it's a decent record, but I just feel the way they play sometimes just really, I don't know. It just puts me on the edge. It's like, how can they play like this in some of these games and expect to do good in the playoffs? I mean, playing really weak against teams like Portland, who are one of the weaker teams defensively, down low. You know, they don't get many three-point shots. They don't get many down low shots. And then you play the Kings and they're shooting threes like crazy and hitting them. And down low, they're getting they're muscling the Kings down low, getting a bunch of points. So it's those kind of games that worry me. So bottom line, Kings need to get more physical, get stronger defensively, and they need their others to step up more. We need 2 or 3 other guys that are willing to get in the game, make some shots. If their shot is not hitting, drive to the basket and go to the free throw line. It's not just a 3-point game. Shoot threes, you're not hitting, you can't do nothing else. And I know sometimes Mike Brown can have a short leash, but I mean, these guys need to get down there and drive to the basket, get their mid-range game going, work on some other things offensively. So that's my bottom line. Next up, the Kings have Atlanta. They're playing in Atlanta Friday, December 29th. It goes down in Atlanta. 4:30 p.m. start. So a little bit of an early start, but hey, I record the game so I can watch them anyway. I like fast forwarding through the commercials anyway. So Atlanta, I haven't seen too many Atlanta games this year. The Atlanta Hawks have Trae Young, young veteran point guard. DeJounte Murray, good scoring guard. They also have Bogdan Bogdanovic, small forward, ex-King. Clint Capella at center. Jalen Johnson, power forward. So this is one of those good young teams, good young athletic teams that the Kings need to watch out for. Sometimes they have trouble against these type of teams. DeAndre Hunter, Sadiq Bey, Patty Mills, a couple other guys off the bench. And to defeat the Hawks, the Kings just, can't let these guys out athletics them. They can't let these guys get to the basket and make easy shots. They can't let these guys drive to the basket. They're going to have to watch out for the cut play with Capella, the lob play with Capella and Trae Young. Obviously, you don't want Trae Young shooting crazy percentage or getting off to a hot start. You're going to have to close out quickly or stay on these guys, work around screens, things like that. The Kings, are better than this team. They should be able to beat this team. They just can't let this team outshoot them or out athletic them. And they're going to have to start putting bodies on people defensively. No betting lines because the game is tomorrow. Maybe I'll try to get you the betting line on a short or something like that. But if you want to do sports betting, visit my sponsor below. Click the link that's in my description. Questions. I have a couple questions. Are you worried about the Kings right now? Are you worried about the Kings defense? Do you think the Kings can advance far in the playoffs with this defense the way it is? Answer that question for me. Make a comment below. If you make a comment below, I'll post it on the next video. That's about it, guys. That's all I have. It was a quick one. I really just analyzed the Portland game. That was the most recent game. To me, it was a little bit of the same in the Minnesota game. The defense was just really weak. They weren't being physical with guys. And Phoenix, they did good. They won. They did okay. Phoenix was missing a few guys as well. It was a team I felt like they should beat at home. But I also felt like they should have beat Minnesota, and I felt like they should have beat Portland as well, but they lost to those guys. So Portland especially, because Portland was even missing some of their most important guys. So that was a game I felt like the Kings should have took advantage of and won on the road. But like I was saying, that's all I got, guys. I'll make sure I come back after the next game with the new video. Please help the channel. Please like this content if you're still watching. If there's anything about the video that you like, please like it, share it. It'll help the channel, and make a comment. Making comments also helps the channel. Please subscribe if you like Sacramento Kings talk, Kings content, Kings news, anything like that. Subscribe to the channel, and also click that notification so you always get notified. I'm not on a time schedule. I don't come out at a certain time, so click the notification bell and you'll be notified when I do come out with more analysis. And that's about it. That's all I got for today, guys. I want you guys to have a great day. Be consistent and work at your goals each day. All right. Anyway, check out these moves. It's good.